Summer's calling, and shackshop.us has you covered. Dive into hot sales on ladies' swimsuits. Sleek, stylish, and perfect for pool or beach. Stay connected and on trend with smartwatches that track your every move. Explore the depths with underwater drones and reach new heights with our flying drones. Adventure starts here. Hurry, these deals won't last. Shop now at shackshop.us and make this season unforgettable. shackshop.us, where adventure meets style.
In a media landscape increasingly shaped by opinion-driven content, actor Vince Vaughn has stepped into the conversation with a blunt critique of modern late-night television. During a candid appearance on Theo Vaughn's popular podcast this past weekend, Vaughn shared his perspective on why traditional talk shows have lost their appeal and why audiences are turning elsewhere for entertainment. Rather than holding back, Vaughn spoke openly about what he sees as a fundamental shift in late-night programming. According to him, many shows that once thrived on humor, spontaneity, and cultural commentary have evolved into platforms heavily influenced by political messaging. That transformation, he argued, has alienated a significant portion of viewers. A shift away from comedy. Vaughn reflected on the earlier days of late-night television, when hosts focused primarily on humor, celebrity interviews, and lighthearted monologues. In his view, those elements created a shared cultural experience, something audiences from different backgrounds could enjoy together. Today, however, he believes the tone has changed dramatically. Instead of offering a comedic escape, Vaughn suggested that many programs now feel like extended opinion segments. He described the experience of watching some shows as comparable to being lectured rather than entertained, something that, for many viewers, undermines the purpose of late-night TV altogether. While Vaughn did not explicitly name individuals during the conversation, his remarks appeared to align with widely known figures such as Jimmy Kimmel and Stephen Colbert, both of whom are recognized for incorporating strong political commentary into their monologues. People want authenticity. One of Vaughn's central arguments revolved around authenticity. He emphasized that audiences today are more discerning than ever and can quickly detect when content feels forced or agenda-driven. In his words, viewers aren't necessarily rejecting opinions, they're rejecting what feels like inauthentic delivery. When shows appear to prioritize persuasion over entertainment, audiences disengage. This shift, Vaughn suggested, helps explain the rise of podcasts and long-form digital content. Platforms like Theo Vaughn's podcast allow for unscripted conversations, diverse viewpoints, and a sense of genuine interaction that traditional television often struggles to replicate. Rather than being told what to think, audiences are increasingly drawn to discussions that feel organic and open-ended. The homogenization problem. Another point Vaughn raised was the growing similarity among late-night programs. Where once each host had a distinct comedic voice and style, he believes many shows now feel interchangeable. According to Vaughn, the repetition of similar political angles and talking points has contributed to a sense of fatigue among viewers. When every show covers the same topics in the same way, there's little incentive to tune in regularly. This lack of differentiation, he argued, has played a role in declining ratings across the genre. Audience disconnect and cultural division. Vaughn also touched on the broader cultural implications of politically driven entertainment. He suggested that when shows consistently frame issues in terms of right versus wrong or good versus bad, they risk deepening divisions rather than fostering understanding. From his perspective, entertainment should ideally bring people together, not push them further apart. He noted that many viewers simply want to unwind at the end of the day. When humor becomes secondary to commentary, that sense of relief disappears. A personal perspective on Hollywood. The conversation also turned toward Vaughn's own experiences within Hollywood. Over the years, he has been open about holding views that don't always align neatly with industry norms. Having previously identified as a libertarian, Vaughn explained that he values independent thinking and resists being boxed into a single ideological category. While he stopped short of describing himself as marginalized, he acknowledged that there have been moments when expressing his views might have come with professional trade-offs. Still, he emphasized the importance of staying true to himself rather than adapting beliefs for career convenience. Balancing views in a polarized climate. Interestingly, Vaughn made it clear that his perspective isn't rooted in strict partisanship. Instead, he described having disagreements with multiple sides of the political spectrum. For him, the issue isn't about which opinions are presented, it's about how they're delivered. He stressed that most people don't want to feel instructed or judged when consuming entertainment. The appeal lies in connection, humor, and shared experience, not ideological alignment. Changing media habits. The broader trend Vaughn pointed to is already evident in shifting audience behavior. Traditional TV ratings have declined in recent years, while podcasts, streaming platforms, and independent creators continue to gain traction. Shows that once dominated late-night slots are now competing with a vast ecosystem of digital content, where authenticity and individuality often take precedence over polished production. In this environment, Vaughn suggested, audiences have more control than ever before, and they're choosing content that resonates with them on a personal level. The future of late-night television. While Vaughn's critique may resonate with some viewers and not others, it highlights an ongoing debate about the role of entertainment in a politically charged era. Can late-night television return to a more comedy-focused format, or has the genre permanently evolved into something more commentary-driven? The answer likely depends on how hosts adapt to changing audience expectations. If Vaughn is correct, the path forward may involve rediscovering what made late-night TV compelling in the first place: humor, authenticity, and a sense of shared enjoyment. Final thoughts. Vince Vaughn's remarks serve as a reminder that entertainment is constantly evolving, and that audience preferences ultimately shape its direction. Whether one agrees with his assessment or not, his comments tap into a larger conversation about authenticity, creativity, and the balance between comedy and commentary in modern media. As viewers continue to explore new platforms and voices, the pressure is on for traditional formats to adapt or risk being left behind.